Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
The recently introduced land laws in Jammu and Kashmir have created a political controversy in the region. The Union Territory government has termed these laws as modern and progressive and even said that these laws offer protection from alienation of land to outsiders. Political parties, however, disagree. They have criticized this law, and political parties in Kashmir as well as in Jammu region have said that Jammu and Kashmir has been put on sale due to these laws, given that any Indian citizen can now buy land in the region, something which was barred when the erstwhile state had a special status under Article 370. On Monday, government spokesperson Rohit Kansal held a press conference in Jammu wherein he said that these laws offer protection to agricultural land, which he said forms 90% of total land mass in Jammu and Kashmir. However, land rights activists like Raja Muzaffar disagree. Muzaffar told the print that the government's statement on agricultural land in Jammu and Kashmir forming about 90% of the total land in the Union Territory was exaggerated. He said that average land holding of a local farmer in Jammu and Kashmir was far lesser than the rest of India.
जम्मू कश्मीर की जो लैंड होल्डिंग है ये बहुत ही कम है। जो एग्रीकल्चर सेंसस पिछला हुआ था उसके हिसाब से जम्मू कश्मीर की जो लैंड होल्डिंग है ये है 0.52 हेक्टेयर्स, 0.52 के 53 है, बट प्रैक्टिकली जब हम देखते हैं उससे भी कम है ये। और जम्मू कश्मीर का जितने भी 100% जो यहाँ पे फार्मर्स हैं दे आर कंसिडर्ड टू बी मार्जिनल फार्मर्स, और मार्जिनल फार्मर से नीचे भी अगर कोई डेफिनेशन होती तो वो उस कैटेगरी में आते हैं। तो इन एरियाज़ में जहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर लैंड कम होती है वहाँ पे सरकारें क्या करती है, आमतौर पे वहाँ पे मॉरेटोरियम लगाती हैं, वहाँ पे जितनी भी बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट होती है उसको रोका जाता है, वहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर को डेवलप किया जाता है, वहाँ पे एग्री इकोनॉमी को डेवलप किया जाता है। इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दैट तो यहाँ पे कुछ और हो रहा है कश्मीर के अंदर, जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर। यहाँ पे ये उस टाइप की डेवलपमेंट करना चाहते हैं, ये गुड़गांव, दिल्ली या बेंगलोर में देखते हैं, बट वो नहीं चलेगा यहाँ पे। यहाँ ज़मीन कम है, अगर ये उस तरीके की डेवलपमेंट यहाँ करेंगे यहाँ तबाही बर्बादी हो जाएगी, यहाँ कुछ नहीं रहेगा।
Some of Muzaffar's concerns are shared by locals, especially the youth, who feel that the new laws might hurt their careers.
जो नए लैंड लॉज लाए हैं गवर्नमेंट ने, ये हमारे लिए फ़ायदेमंद नहीं है, क्योंकि हम ऑलरेडी जॉबलेस है। जब यहाँ के लोग जब बाहर के लोग आएंगे तो हम ऑलरेडी फिर से जॉबलेस हो जाएंगे। यहाँ पर नौजवानों को उतना मौका मिलता नहीं है। जब आएंगे दूसरे यहाँ ये बाहर के स्टेट्स के लोग तो वही कश्मीरीज़ हम फिर से हम और भी पीछे हो जाएंगे।
जो यहाँ पर ये लैंड लॉज नए आए हैं ये हमारे लिए फ़ायदेमंद नहीं है। इसके जो बाहर वाले यहाँ लैंड खरीद सकते हैं, अब ये हमारे लिए फ़ायदेमंद नहीं है। यहाँ पर जो यूथ है और उनको मौका नहीं मिलेगा नौकरी में भी, बाहर के भी यहाँ नौकरी कर सकते हैं, ये हमारे लिए फ़ायदेमंद नहीं है।
The print spoke to a real estate agent in Srinagar who wanted to remain anonymous for the interview. He said that he had made his mobile phone number available online so that customers interested in buying property easily reach out to him. Most of the calls that the agent would get were from Jammu and Kashmir, given that outsiders were not able to purchase land in the region till last year. However, the agent, since the introduction of the new laws, has been receiving calls from various parts of the country inquiring about land rates in Kashmir.
तो जब से ये लैंड लॉज ख़त्म हो गया तब से मुझे बाहर के काफ़ी सारे फ़ोन्स आ रहे हैं, लाइक दिल्ली से, जयपुर, केरला वगैरह। तो मैंने प्रॉपर्टीज़ की पोस्टिंग ऑनलाइन डाली थी, तो वहीं से मुझे बहुत सारे फ़ोन्स आते रहे। तो जब मुझे फ़ोन्स आते रहे तो मैं शाम को घर गया तो मैंने अपने फ्रेंड्स फैमिली से पूछा कि इट्स suitable to buy the property of outside J&K। तो उन्होंने बोला कि नहीं, वी आर कश्मीरीज़ की ऐसे फिर प्रॉब्लम होगी। तो मैंने फिर फ़ोन उठाना बंद किया।
The Ministry of Home Affairs in October issued a notification repealing 12 laws enacted by the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir and brought changes in 14 other acts. Among the two important changes that the ministry introduced were in the J&K Land Revenue Act 1996, which pertains to management of agricultural land, and the Jammu and Kashmir Development Act of 1970, which deals with plans determining land use for public buildings, roads, industry, and businesses. According to the amendments to the Land Revenue Act, anyone from any part of the country can now buy land in Jammu and Kashmir. Though the amendments prohibit sale, transfer, mortgage, and conversion of agricultural land to a non-agriculturist in Jammu and Kashmir, it can still be allowed provided that the government or an officer authorized by it in this behalf may grant permission to an agriculturist to alienate the land to a non-agriculturist by way of sale, gift, exchange, or mortgage. The government can now also allow transfer of agricultural land to a public trust for charitable work, healthcare, education, industrial, or commercial purposes. The amendment further deleted the permanent resident provision in the 1970 Act that provided housing sites within the range of 25 to 30 square kilometers to permanent residents belonging to economically weaker section and low income groups. A fresh provision has also been added by which the government, on the written request of an army officer not below the rank of corps commander, may declare an area in Jammu and Kashmir as a strategic area. Attempts at holding protests in Kashmir till now have been thwarted. The situation, however, remains tense. The People's Democratic Party attempted to hold a protest outside the Srinagar headquarters in Lal Chowk last week. However, several party workers of the PDP and its leaders were immediately detained.
हाल ही में आप देख रहे हैं जो लैंड लॉज में तरमीम की गई है, रियासती जम्मू कश्मीर को ऑन सेल रखा गया है गैर रियासती बाशिंदों के लिए, नॉन स्टेट सब्जेक्ट एक्टर्स के लिए। हम उसको किसी भी कीमत पर मुझे नहीं दे देंगे। ये लॉ यहाँ के कल्चर पर, यहाँ के असासों पर, यहाँ के रिसोर्सेज पर, हमारी आइडेंटिटी पर, हमारी सकाफत पर, हमारी इज्जत और आबरू पर हमला है। हम इस लॉ को किसी भी कीमत पर एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं। हम सरकार से कहते हैं इस लॉ को पूरी तौर चेंज किया जाए। इसके साथ ही सरकार ने जो बाकी कवानीन लागू किए हैं 5 अगस्त के बाद, हम उन तमाम कवानीन की नफी करते हैं।
The pro-India political mainstream has so far criticized the laws, saying that Jammu and Kashmir region has been put on sale. Regional and political outfits that had formed an alliance to fight for the restoration of Jammu and Kashmir's special status said the repealed laws had in fact ended the exploitative culture of landlords. But for the National Conference, the recent development is a bit personal. The National Conference for long has taken pride in being the party behind the land reform laws in the region that enabled the tillers or the farmers to own land and ensured equality in land ownership when the Dogra regime had barred owning rights for a majority population in Kashmir. The new laws, National Conference said, had undone the legacy of Sheikh Abdullah, the founder of the party.
A bureaucrat cannot decide the fate of 12 million people. What he is doing is he's doing a disservice to a democratic institution. All these laws were ratified by the assembly, who draw their strength from the people of Jammu and Kashmir. And it is very unfortunate that the bureaucrat has made very scathing comments. He has referred to the laws which actually emancipated the people of Jammu and Kashmir, which actually brought them out of misery, out of poverty, and gave them self-respect. Initially, what was told was that that the land of Jammu and Kashmir is available for all sundry across the country, and that is what the presumption is currently right now, that anyone from the country can buy land whatever way they want to. That has been made absolutely clear, and that has been made absolutely clear by the BJP leadership also. Now the bureaucrats are coming in. Now they are saying they are trying to just make some confusion in this whole thing. But the point is that land is there. Another aspect is that they can actually take land from you, and you do not have the right to approach the court for it. That is a provision there. So you have to understand how tedious and how difficult they have made these laws, that it is very difficult for people to understand. Now they are coming with some sort of a clarification. I don't think people are going to buy this kind of a clarification, because there is nothing that has been left out now.
The mood in the People's Democratic Party is similar.
I think immediately you can see there is sadness, there is anger and fear among the people, and there's gripping insecurities about jobs, about resources, about property, about assets, about our own inheritance. So everything is under question today. Everything is being debated, and these are questions being made by outsiders to the locals. We are indigenous people of this place. We are being asked to prove what you inherit, and people from outside will decide that who will have how much of property in Jammu and Kashmir. So in the long term, it's about taking control from locals and handing over to the people who don't matter, who are not belonging to this place.
The business community have their own concerns. Sheikh Ashik, the president of Kashmir's largest trade body, the Kashmir Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said that ensuring peace in the region was most important for any development to take place. He also stressed on the need of involving local youth in businesses.
What is actually prerequisite for any progressive economy is peace. There is one more confusion in the business fraternity. If small scale industries like Jammu and Kashmir, you see most of the industries small, MSME, right? So only few industries are here which are large when you see their turnover is in large scale. So only few of them. So if they are able, government is able to get and big corporates here, let's see. But if they are bringing another MSME where they can compete with our industries, so I think it will be of no use. So people here, I think priority should be given to local people. If they have transferred this land to the industries, they should come out advertisements so that our young people who are unemployed at the moment, they should be given first preference. At the end, we need to engage our youth for businesses. I think priority should be our local people, and so that whatever they produce, it's consumed locally or used locally.
The Bharatiya Janata Party meanwhile believes that the laws will bring jobs to the region that never had come in the past due to Article 370 and 35A.
हम पहले भी कह चुका है, इससे पहले भी यहाँ लीज पे 90 साल के लिए लैंड दी जाती थी जो बिजनेस यूनिट्स होते थे। आज जो नया लैंड आया है उसमें बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि जो एग्रीकल्चर लैंड है, जो हमारी ज़ाती प्रॉपर्टी होती है, वो कोई नॉन जो स्टेट का है नहीं, वो नहीं खरीद सकता है। उसमें भी गवर्नमेंट ने ऑप्शंस रखे हैं कि जो गवर्नमेंट लैंड है वो बिज़नेस यूनिट्स को दे दिया जाए, ताकि जम्मू कश्मीर में जो बेरोज़गारी पिछले 70 साल से जो है और जिसकी रेंज बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई, क्योंकि उसके पीछे भी एक बेसिक रीज़न था कि 370 और 35 होते हुए यहाँ बाहर की कोई इंडस्ट्री या बाहर की कोई कंपनी नहीं आती थी। आज के डेट में अब बहुत ज़्यादा जो कंपनीज़ है वो भी अब अप्रोच कर रही है, और गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ लैंड उनके लिए मखसूस भी रखी है और गवर्नमेंट लैंड है, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ जो जॉब्स है वो जॉब्स क्रिएट होगी और रेवेन्यू भी क्रिएट होगा। और ये नया लैंड ला है जम्मू कश्मीर की इकानमी के लिए एक गेम चेंजर साबित होगा, और यहाँ की जो यूथ्स है वो उनको एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल जाएगी, और लगभग 13 लाख जॉब्स का जो टारगेट गवर्नमेंट ने ले लिया है वो इससे पूरा होगा। बाकी जो ज़ाती लैंड है वो उसके मालिकाना हुकूक मेरे पास है, मैं नहीं भेजूंगा तो ज़बरदस्ती कौन भेजेगा। अब पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ के पास 370 हटने के बाद, पहले वो 370 सेल्फ रोल हटाने पे लोगों को वोट ले रहे थे, अब उनके पास कुछ नहीं रहा। अब उन्होंने इसको गलत तरीके से प्रोपेगेंडा कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ ज़मीन बिकाव है, ज़मीन बिक रही है, बाहर से आएंगे, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है।
Political and legal experts based in Kashmir Valley, however, believe that the laws may not deliver the desired results for the union government and may only cause issues in the region.
Now, for the first time in Kashmir history, a law has been made that enables non-Kashmiris, non-state subjects to purchase land within J&K. Now, this goes against the basic norms of preservation of aborigines who Kashmiris happen to be of this land, and not only detrimental to their rights but also detrimental to ecology, culture and ethos of this land. And Kashmiris are not an exception in this context. In US we have so many lands which are reserved for Indians, they call them Indian reserves. In Malaysia they have lands which are exclusively for Bhumiputras. In Australia they have similar, and within India in almost 7 to 8 states outsiders can't purchase the land, given the fact that Kashmir is ecologically sensitive. If there is a huge influx of outsiders to this place, it will not only devastate the culture, the demography of this place, but also ecology, which will have far-reaching ramifications for the environment of the globe as well.
The new land laws have prompted the security agencies here in Jammu and Kashmir to monitor the ground situation very closely. This is to prevent any small or large scale protests against the centre's move. But for the mainstream, the political mainstream in Jammu and Kashmir, the situation is even more precarious. On Wednesday, the government of Jammu and Kashmir announced the first ever District Development Council elections, which are to be held from later this month. For the mainstream here, the regional political parties which are now part of an alliance fighting for restoration of Article 370, the main question that has to be answered will be whether they will be taking part in the elections or not. If at all they boycott the polls, many here argue that they will give a playing field, the open field, to BJP and the opposition parties. But if they do take part in these elections, it would also mean legitimizing or normalizing the decisions taken last August of abrogation of Article 370 and the subsequent decisions that were taken, all of which have till now been condemned or criticized by the regional political parties in Jammu and Kashmir. Azan Javed for The Print in Srinagar.